Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Arai Defiant-X helmet, available at RevZilla.com. This is the Defiant-X, and it's not the 10th Defiant, it's just Defiant-X. For those of you that are diehard Arai fans or have been following along, a few years ago we saw the original Arai Defiant come out, and that was really bred for the naked bike rider. It had a very aggressive chin vent and its own unique style. What we have today in the new Defiant-X, which really has been one of the leaders in the pack of the new lids we've seen released for 2018, is a helmet that really stands in the face of what I would consider Simpson or Bell territory, which is going to be a little bit more retro-inspired, having a little bit more throwback appeal. But what Arai has done is they've married that in this really unique angular chin bar shape with the classic Arai safety profile and a high level of execution from both fit and finish, as well as the feature set. So coming in around the $600 mark, again, larger investment, is a Snell DOT rated helmet that's 3 pounds 8 ounces, has a better ventilation scheme than the DTX, and really takes that leap forward into retro land without sacrificing the base level of decades of safety DNA that, again, Arai leads with. So, graphics, solids, it's going to play in the same, in my opinion, category as the Signet X or the Quantum X, which really have kind of dominated in this upper echelon Snell rated but also lightweight band. And again, using the fiberglass and the complex laminated construction, it does get the peripheral belting, again, leaping forward and really competing with the upper echelon in Arai versus their middle of the pack kind of price points. Again, with Arai, it's still super premium. You're still in that $500 range. Now, quick note on fitment. Much like other Arais in the past, you have the ability to fine-tune your cheek pads, your temples, as well as your comfort liner with the 5mm peel-aways. But what you also have with this helmet that's so important is this is going to be the same fit as your Corsair X Fit, intermediate oval, a little bit longer front to back. That's the same as the DTX, same as the Corsair, but what's nice about it is it's full featured, it's more of the premium set, and a little bit longer front to back for intermediate fits 80% of the US market. So in our eyes, you've had your Signet, which is super, super long oval, that's your Signet X, and your Quantum X, which is more round. This is the helmet that's been missing for some time, both from a fit standpoint and with a little bit more of that retro aggression that we see show up here in the chin bar. Now again, we'll ship free over 39 bucks, and make sure you subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your question, your feedback on the new Defiant-X. So, starting from the outside, working our way in, we'll talk about some of the nuances. Let's start with ventilation. If we look at it from the back here, you do have positive actuated rear vents. Again, they're going to be passive vents. The Venturi effect's going to pull that warm, moist air away from your head and allow you to stay cooler and more comfortable, but you can open and close it. Big change here versus the original Defiant as well as the DTX. This is now dual up on top, dual chimneys with a nice positive actuation. You certainly have your brow vents that vent actually to the temple, which are pressure points that help cool your entire head by, again, cooling the blood at the surface of your skin. And as you work your way down, you are going to see these whiskers. These whiskers have actuation on the inside of the helmet itself, and you can open and close them. It's not a two position. You can't vent it to the shield, but again, open and close to your face. It's a nice touch there. Now, we work our way into the shield mechanism. You have the same shield on the DTX, but ultimately it comes with a Max Vision pin lock out of the gates. Comes stock in the box for the level of investment you're making. And what that allows you to do is get that double paned window effect that uses the laws of physics to block any condensation, especially for year-long or cold weather rides. Now, much like all of the new Arais, they've updated their side pod mechanism. Very simple. You push back here, it pops off. It doesn't get away from you because it's tethered. And then to get this helmet off, you pop it back like that, line it up. It comes off very, very simply. To put it back on, you line up your red dots, you put it on, you go up and down, and you're good to go. And these slide back on very simply top to bottom. In the older days of Arai, even 2-3 years ago, I would never attempt that in one take in a video, or we'd have to do it 5 times. You saw that in real time, rock and roll. It works, it's easy. They have really adjusted that mechanism to be much more user-friendly. And as always with Arai, what you also have is a great gasket and seal. Again, for all season riding and head checks, you're gonna get a great gasket. Now, one of the things we haven't talked about yet, and one of the things that's new here for our Defiant-X, is the fact that you now have cheek pad intakes here, which are right there, that are actually going to pull air in from the helmet, from the chin vents, circulate it behind the cheek pad to your face, to your cheek, and it exits out the back, outside of these small winglets down here below or on the lower part of the helmet. That is new. We have not seen Arai do cheek ventilation. We've seen the FFS, or the free flow system, which creates that vacuum and sucks air away around the cheek pad, but never behind the cheek pad. So again, from the temple to the brow to the top of the head to now your cheek and around the chin, you're getting those comfort features which really allow this helmet to step forward into that next echelon of performance in a multitude of riding scenarios. And from our ventilation scheme, now let's rotate the lid and work our way through the comfort and guts factor, which live inside the helmet, touch your head and touch your face. You're going to notice a few things here. We have our non-removable chin curtain here. It's small, it won't get in the way. Again, premium materials in case they come in contact with your skin. Along the back side here, we have this area of the neck roll that's done with additional channeling that's molded to help extract air out, again, especially if you're in a 3/4 or tuck position. And as we work our way through, I'm going to start with my cheek pads here. Arai has an integrated cheek pad system, and these cheek pads are super premium. When I pull them out, what you notice, here's my EcoPure liner, antimicrobial, wicking, very comfortable. If we turn it around the back, you're going to see it has a width rating because you can always swap these out and fine-tune the width of your cheek pads for greatest degree of comfort. And if I start to unbutton it here and pull it down, here's where you get into the tunability. So what I have here is these pre-die cut top areas that you can pull off to, without having to buy the next cheek pad, you can actually give yourself a little bit more breathing room. Now, if I go here, I'm going to pull the other one out, and then I'm going to pull my comfort liner. So I'm going to reach in from the top down. Now, this helmet is absolutely track worthy in my opinion, but they're not giving you an emergency cheek pad removal system. Shame on you, Arai. Anything over $600 at this point within your camp should get you to the track. An emergency cheek pad removal system, we know you have that in your bag of tricks. There's our other side. If we move our way here, you rotate slightly, it comes right out. Notice, tabs on the front. It's actually a leatherette material, and then you're going to have more EcoPure with some mixture at the front to promote airflow. And notice along the back here, again, they have that molded piece which really acts as an exhaust as air comes down through the channels, hits that spot right there, and is pulled out through the back of the helmet. Now, when it comes to the comfort liner itself, for snaps, Arai subscribes to the thinking where they put these low and on the sides of the head to try to minimize pressure points. In my opinion, they are not as far out of the way as if you had a brow connection with plastic to plastic away from your head altogether. But if we look around the back, two other snaps in the back. Here's the top area that we spoke to. Notice these areas are removable. You do have the ability to pull these away as well and fine tune around the crown of the head, sonically welded, minimization of seams, some mesh in areas where it's going to wick more sweat, need to get more airflow. Again, these are works of art. They are elements that are developed with a lot of R&D. Arai is not messing around. If we look to the inside of the helmet, this is one of the things that Arai typically doesn't do either, is you see big 10mm vent holes, but what you don't see is big channeling to help the airflow move. So what they're going to do is use lighter weight mesh materials, big cutaways in their comfort liner, but their philosophy is to not put grooves into the EPS or the expanded polystyrene, which again is the energy management layer in the helmet itself. So all in, we don't have a ton of gripes with this helmet. Again, great style. In my opinion, a bit of a compromise for Arai because they typically stay away from more aggressive looks. Love the fact that it's new school safety technology with old school styling to compete with Simpson and Bell. This is going to be, in many cases, a superior helmet. You know, it's the handmade fit and finish out of Japan. Arai's been doing this for 4 decades. And then again, some of the nice creature comforts are going to be new ventilation system, new cheek pad ventilation system, and the fact that you now have the $600 helmet to hang with the Signet X and the Quantum X that is intermediate oval, which is going to be that same fit pattern that we see in the Corsair X, which is really super prime to tap into the bulk of the US market, which is a little bit longer front to back, just like my head. Now, the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page at RevZilla.com, read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship free over 39 bucks. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.